Hello guys, welcome back to another video from Trading Camp, and for this video it is relatively special because we are going to try out this AI generated 5-minute scalping strategy by ChatGPT. And currently right now I don't even know what the strategy is going to be, so this is going to be a relatively fun video because it's something new. So yeah, let's dive straight into it. So first up, I'm going to open ChatGPT, which I have it right here. Now I'm going to let them create a strategy for me, and I'm going to try and change the strategy a bit, try and make it so that the strategy would be better, because sometimes the strategy that ChatGPT gives is really, it doesn't have the specifics and everything. So yeah, let's start. So I'm gonna ask them to create a 5-minute scalping strategy, and let's see what ChatGPT gives me. So we're gonna be using EMA, RSI, 14 and 20. Okay, here we have our entry rules, our exit rules, and yeah, this looks good. So let's start with the indicators that we'll be using. So we'll be using two indicators, the 20 EMA together with the 14 EMA. So let's put that straight into it first. So search up EMA, click on the one by moving average exponential. Let's change the length to 20 like ChatGPT said. I'm gonna make it white so it's easier to see. Next up, we'll be using the relative strength index. So we can click on that, and we're going to change the RSI to 14, and that is what it already is. So there's nothing to change there. So let's look at our entry rules. So wait for price to cross above, confirm by checking the okay, wait for price to cross below, and RSI to be below 50. Set okay, so that is the entry rules, and our exit rules is going to fix take profit level, tight stop loss. For this I'm going to DIY it myself because I think I have more knowledge for exit rules, and honestly the take profit and stop loss level that they give is really, they basically didn't give a set take profit and stop loss. So yeah, risk management wise, good rules to give: risk small percentage, avoid overtrading, and look for high probability setups. So yeah, let's dive straight into how the strategy works. So I'm going to change certain things. I'm going to remove the RSI based MA, and yeah, but that's basically it. So let's see how the strategy works and see whether it's actually good. So this strategy is basically saying that whenever price crosses above the 20 EMA and we have the RSI being above 50, we want to take a long position. So here we have the valid position here. You see that price is crossing above the 50 EMA, and if you look at the RSI is above the 50 mark. So we're going to make the 50 mark into a solid band, so you can make it white, and you're going to make the opacity 100%, and you can make it thicker. You can change this to a dash line, so you can see clearly that when at this candle the RSI is clearly above the 50 mark. So that's a valid position. Stop loss put below the recent swing low and aim for 1.5:1. So that is for our long side. So before we take another long, we must wait for price to cross above the EMA again. So here we have the price going below, and here we have the price going back up again, and this is another valid position. Stop loss put below the recent swing low, 1.5:1, because you can see that at this point here the RSI is above the 50 mark. So when you put your stop loss below the recent swing low, as you guys can see, I always leave this small gap, and same thing here, you always want to leave a bit of a small gap, and that helped me to save my trade. And unfortunately it still become a loss, but yeah, let's try out for the short side to see whether it works on the short side as well. So right here, what we're looking for is the same thing, but we just flip the rules opposite. So what happens is that we want the price to break out below the 20 EMA. So we have this right here. We zoom in, you can see that price breaks below the 50 EMA. If you look at the RSI value is below 50, so that is a bearish position. Stop loss put above the recent swing high, which is right here. we aim for 1.5:1. So same thing, we want to wait for price to break below from going above the EMA and then going back down below, which is what we have here, because we see that price breaks below the 20 EMA and we have the RSI below the 50 mark. So we're going to take that position, stop loss right above, and we take a 1.5:1. So it's pretty amazing how this strategy actually works, and I'm actually quite amazed at how the strategy works pretty well, because we took 4 trades, 3 wins and 1 loss so far. But anyways, I'm going to back test this strategy live and let's see whether it actually works while I'm not looking at the data. So now we're going to wait for a break of the EMA, the downside or the upside. Here we have the break below, but you can see it's kind of not really a valid position because you see that the price of the RSI is still above the 50 value area. So okay, here we have a bullish sign. You can see that we have the break to the upside and the RSI is clearly above the 50, so it's a valid position. Stop loss right below, 1.5:1. So that's a winning position. Here you can see RSI is slightly above the 50 mark, so you don't really want to enter a position there. Now here we have a super valid position because you see price breaks above the EMA, RSI is clearly above the 50 mark, so we can take that trade. Stop loss right below, and 1.5:1. Unfortunately, there will be a loss, but here we're going to take a short position right here. Stop loss right above, 1.5:1. In this case, I probably will exit the trade. And yeah, we are stopped out there. So let's take a few more trades. Now this is kind of choppy, so I'm going to avoid this market. So I'm using a bit of my own knowledge and something from what under risk management. You can see that ChatGPT says if the market is choppy or lacks clear direction, just stay out of the trade, which is what I'm going to do. But you can see here there's no clear direction, so I'm going to let the thing run a bit. And now we have this clear direction. Okay, so we see this is what I like to see. So you see that the thing touches the EMA. It touches the EMA and it hits back down. So you can see it closes below the 20 EMA and we have the RSI below the 50 value area. So that is a trade that we want to take. And we take 1.5:1. Another winning trade. Here it touches, and let's wait for let's see whether there's a rejection below. So we need one more candle. So we need to wait for a close below. But here we have a break above right there. Stop loss right below. You can see RSI is above the 50 value area. And there we have another win. So 5 trades taken, 3 wins, 2 losses, and having a risk reward ratio of 1.5:1 is pretty amazing. But anyways, this has been a pretty fun video. Hopefully you guys enjoy as well. This is something that I never tried before, like having an AI create this strategy for me, so pretty new for me as well. So I'm gonna try other strategies and let me know if you guys want me to go through more AI generated strategies, because as you can see, if I regenerate the response right here, it'll give me different strategies and it's quite interesting for me to test. So yeah, let me know if you guys want me to test another AI trading strategy and whether I should work on this strategy, try and improve it, and see how I can combine AI and the human side of the brain to make a better strategy. So thank you guys for watching and goodbye guys.